Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Heather England and I run fitmamarealfood.com, and today I want to share 5 healthy habits that I do every single day. Now, my health journey started in 2008 when I started my blog originally, which was so long ago. Do you guys remember 2008 when blogs were new? They were just like a diary that you could read online. And now they've changed so much and the journey continues, and what works for me has 100% changed as well. So today I want to share 5 things that I do pretty much every single day that are just part of my routine, and they just set this stage for me to feel great throughout the day. And maybe one of these tips is going to help you. Maybe it's something you haven't thought about or something that you have been working on and you just want a little bit of encouragement. I'm here to give that to you today. So the first tip that I want to share, the first habit that I do every day, is to drink water first thing in the morning. Now, I'm a coffee drinker. I love my coffee in the morning. But when I wake up, first thing, I look to my nightstand and I drink whatever water I have left from overnight. I keep some water there because at some point I wake up at night and I'm thirsty and I just want to hydrate. So I drink whatever is left there. If it's a pretty full cup, I will call that good for my first cup of water. But if it's a little bit, then I go downstairs and I refresh that cup and I have water before I have my coffee every single time so that I feel hydrated first thing. Whereas when I have not done that and I start with coffee first thing, I just don't feel as hydrated. So that is something that has become a habit and it leaves me feeling so good. And so maybe it's something that you would want to consider and see how it works for you. Continuing on with the morning, I'm going to do these kind of in the order of my day. So in the morning, after I've had my coffee, I've gotten some work done on my computer, I always have some morning movement. Now what that looks like is different every day. Some days I wake up and I want to lift some weights. Some days I want to do yoga. Some days I want to just go for a walk. I really tune into the movement that I'm craving and that I'm wanting, and I do that, but I guarantee myself to have that time, and it's super low pressure because I could just go for a walk for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and it counts as the morning movement for me. But knowing that morning movement leaves me feeling so good, it's something that I always guarantee that I have space and time for. I have 4 kids, and so if I don't do it in the morning before they're awake, it's just so much harder to be motivated and to find that time to get it in. So I've carved out that time. I get up early so I can have my time in the morning, and I make sure that I get that movement in because it just makes me a better mom, a better person, and a better human for everybody that is around me. All right, for my third habit that I do, we're still in the morning. This is when I come in from my movement, and I typically try to hurry and shower and get that out of the way, again, hoping the kids are not awake yet, but oftentimes they are. But when I come down, we're at breakfast, and I always ensure that I get ample protein at breakfast. Now, my most favorite protein and food is eggs. So most often I'm having a few eggs as my protein source for breakfast, but sometimes we'll have some chicken sausage, or we'll have yogurt with some homemade granola. But whatever it is, I'm having some kind of protein because it's not only going to help those muscles that just worked really hard, it's also going to help me to stay more full longer and not feel as hungry right after eating. So it sets me up to just maintain good blood sugar balance throughout the day. So for my 4th habit that I do every day, it's to drink greens every day. So this can be in the form of some green juice, which I have a couple of videos here on my channel that you guys could check out, or a green smoothie. And I also love to eat my greens and I love to eat vegetables, but I am a fan of green juice and green smoothies. And the thing with them when I make them is that they are not a fruit smoothie disguised as something green. There's a little component of something sweet in them, but it's not all fruit. It's not all sugar that we're getting in it. So we're heavy on the vegetables, especially when it's a green juice. I make a whole green juice, so we're keeping more fiber in there. And the smoothies, they've got protein, they've got fat, they've got some kind of veggie, often some kind of fruit for some carb, and they're really filling. And I just feel so energized when I drink a green juice. I honestly just finished drinking one right before I hit record on this. And it just makes me feel so good. It's so hydrating and energizing, and it's a habit that I have started to implement, and pretty much every day one of my kids is saying, can we make a green juice? Can we make a green smoothie? So I love that this is a habit that they're picking up on and starting to see and starting to enjoy at this super young age, and I'm hoping that that continues on for them as well. It's such an easy way to get more greens in, get more vitamins and minerals, and it's just something that I've learned to love, and so it becomes super easy because it's also enjoyable. Okay, we're here for number 5. The last habit that I want to share with you guys is to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. And since I am typically up by 5 a.m. unless I decide to not set an alarm or I just need more sleep, and I will allow it, I am asleep by 9, 10 o'clock. So that's going to give me those 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Now, crossing my fingers that me saying this does not like reverse what I'm about to say, but my kids no longer wake up at night. My youngest is now 3. And man, I remember those nights of being woken up and 7 to 8 hours of sleep just didn't leave me recharged. So I felt like I needed more sleep then, but now that my kids are sleeping through the night, we've got a good rhythm with that. Again, hope I don't regret saying that. The 7 to 8 hours of sleep really works for me. And so that means that in the 8 o'clock hour, I am starting to kind of settle down. I might have some magnesium in the evening to just help me relax and even to sleep better too. But when it gets to 9 o'clock, if I'm not in bed yet, I get my butt to bed, and typically I'm pretty much falling asleep around 9 o'clock anyways because I'm tired, so it works out that it's not a struggle to fall asleep, but I guarantee for my health and happiness that I need to get some sleep. So lights out need to be eyes shut, me sleeping by 10 p.m. So that I feel refreshed the next day so I can feel my best. So those are my 5 healthy habits that I do every single day. And I was thinking about this topic and trying to kind of pinpoint the things that I do every day. And of course, there's so many other things that I do, but these 5 really stood out as ones that happen all the time. And of course, there's so many other great habits to bring in, but I think it's so great to find these little habits, these 5 little things that I have. You might have 5 different things that you do, and to really solidify them, because it no longer feels like this decision. And when we don't have to make it a decision, it just becomes easy. It just becomes who we are and what we do, and easy. And when we're trying to make these changes for our habits and our health, the easier we can make it, the more likely it's going to stick. So I hope that this was encouraging for you today, and maybe you took a nugget from there. Maybe you have one that you have been thinking about wanting to implement, and this helped you to maybe get that little push. I would love to hear, what are some of your habits that you do every day that leave you feeling happy and healthy? Leave them down in the comments below. Maybe share 1 or 2, or if you have 5, or if you've thought about this and you have more that you do every day, I want to hear about it. I love getting inspired by others, and I would love to hear what works for you, or even what you're striving towards and working towards. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button so that we can continue this conversation, and I can't wait to be back again soon. Bye.